Good morning and welcome to the Red Mic. Didn't know if we were going to make it this morning. Had some computer gremlins. Computer kept going doom, doom every so often. Didn't know what was going on. Still don't know what was going on. So, I did what every, knowledgeable computer guy does. They did a restart. It, it boggles my mind how often that is the only advice you get. Well, try restarting it. Really? Anyway, we'll see if that works. Hopefully, we're all good. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. We live in a cynical world, a world of tough competitors. Yeah. Channeling Jerry Maguire today. News came out a couple of days ago about Amazon. They are going to be requiring their 3-day a week employees and all other employees that work in office type jobs. Obviously, we're not talking about drivers or people who work in the warehouse because they've always been where they are. But they're requiring everybody to return to office, RTO, no more work from home. And I'm cynical. I just am. I would very much like to think that they are keeping their employees in mind. I would like to think that they are keeping the employees' best interests and also their own best interests in terms of getting work done. I would hope that they're taking all that to heart. The cynic in me tells me, is screaming in my ear saying, yeah, they're trying to cut their workforce, but they don't want to come out and fire people or lay people off because then they'll be on the hook for, in some cases, severance, or in almost every other case, unemployment of some type. So they're trying to turn up the temperature, make people do things that they don't want to do in hopes that they end up with a lot of people saying, yeah, you know what, this is not worth it. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go find something else. And by saying it now in September and all of this new policy going into effect in January, it gives those employees time to go find something else without cutting their nose off to spite their face. That's what the cynic in me is saying. They're doing this to save money. They see a layoff coming sometime in the first quarter, so they're turning up the temperature in the office, trying to get people to first either take off their jackets and live with it, or two, say, you know what, it's too hot in there. I'm leaving. I hope that's not true. I hope they're not getting pressured by, real estate or other forces saying, you know what, when workers are staying at home, it makes our office vacancies look undesirable. So help us out here. Or, hey, we need your help with the tax base. We gave you these tax breaks for all these workers. And with these workers not actually in the office, they're not doing enough trickle down in the economy. They're not out buying lunches. They're not paying for parking. They're not doing this, that, and the other in the local areas. So we need your help there to boost up the economy and the tax base. Again, the cynic in me. Those are the things that the cynic in me is screaming right now. Amazon, of course, is saying working in person is important for building a strong company culture. A lot of workers and a lot of experts are saying, you know what, that's just not true. It's the type of jobs where people can work from home most studies have shown that a lot of those jobs are far more effective if the employee has the flexibility to work where they want to, whether that's at home or whether that is some other remote location or if it's in the office. My old job, I had a guy who, for the longest time, did not like working from home at all. He wanted to be in an office. Then he had some personal things crop up that required him to work from home for an extended period of time, and found out, you know what? This is a lot better than I thought it was. In fact, I like this a lot better. So, yeah, hey, Patrick, I'd like to start working from home more. Okay, well, we'll get you there. You know, well, we're gonna have to do some juggling, and because we have to have a certain number of people in the office, yada yada. But as I was walking out the door, I was doing everything I could to get him in the position where he could work from home more. And another thing I saw, yeah, saw this gentleman on LinkedIn talking about it. And he said, you know, bottom line is, he said, a lot of these employees that are going to be in the office, they're going to have meetings throughout the day, despite Jeff Bezos's famous, you know, how to make meetings more important or last less or make them more effective. You know, all the tricks, the empty chair, the pre-meeting memo, and all of the other things that he swears by, supposedly. A lot of these meetings in the workplace with people who have the ability to work remote, even if they're in the workplace, a lot of these meetings are still happening over the camera, you know, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's on Teams or whether it's on WebEx or any other video kind of program or outlet or whatever you want to call it. They're still having remote meetings, even if they are chained to a desk at Amazon headquarters or whatever the particular business is. I know I'm ragging on Amazon a lot. They're just the ones that are in the news recently. So what's the answer? I think from pure effectiveness standpoint, a pure output standpoint, it's if you have folks in jobs that can be done remotely and they are showing you that they're getting the jobs done, let them. I realize it's a business decision that every business is going to have to make, but if you're hitting your targets, if you're getting your widgets done, whether your widget in business is, you know, making something yourself, improving a service, whatever it is, if you're getting the jobs done, why do you care where people are? I've used this analogy before. Sam and Norm. Norm, I'm thinking about adding food to the bar. What do you think about that? It's going to change the price of beer? It shouldn't. Then what do I care? That's my attitude. And I think it ought to be most businesses' attitude. If your people are happy, if they're getting the job done, if they're still doing it with a high degree of efficiency, I just don't understand what Amazon is thinking. I just really don't. At the very least, I don't think that they're being 100% honest, or at least that's my impression, about what their reasoning is. You know, it seems to me that the answer is some type of hybrid, you know, a mix of both. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's Amazon's playground. It's their sandbox. If you're going to play in it, you got to follow their rules. Sorry about that. Allergies are killing me this morning. Anyway, that's today's Red Mike message. That's today's Red Mike message. Hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you're not as cynical as I am about all of this. Let me know. Give me a comment or two down below. I appreciate you being here. I'd appreciate a like, a follow, and a share. Oh, by the way, you remember me mentioning Bash. Well, they are having their big big ass happy hour. I can't remember what the S stands for. Anyway, it's this afternoon, 6 o'clock, I believe, at the Brutorium. Might be 5 o'clock. Go online, look it up. BASHH. They're having their thing this afternoon at the Brutorium. Go up there. It's a very no pressure kind of networking event. It's it's north of Koenig, off of Airport. Again, it's a place called Brutorium. Look it up. Go check it out. If you run into Lonnie, tell her that the Red Mike sent you. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you again tomorrow. And don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.